I'm back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus, and Jesus is in me. All right. I want to come to y'all. I'm coming to y'all and talking to y'all how the rich people live their lives. I'm finna tell y'all exactly how they live their lives. I'm finna read the rich people, and I'm finna tell the rich people exactly how they live their lives. Now, after I get through talking about the rich people, I'm gonna come back to the middle class and tell you how they live their lives, and I'm gonna come back to the low class and tell you how they live their life. But right now, I'm finna speak to y'all about how the rich people live their lives. Now, this is how they live their lives. Now you know how they have a different class than the low class and the middle class. Way different. Their class is different than our class. Okay? Way different. Now, the rich people, they accept only the people that's in their class. If you're not in their class, they ain't gonna accept you. You have to be literally on their class. You gotta be exactly with them. You have to do the things that they do. You got to have what they have. Because if you ain't got it, you ain't with it. You can't join in it. You can't be with it. You just not there. They ain't gonna accept it. They just not gonna accept it. They're gonna look at you. They're gonna look at you. They're gonna look down at you. They just gonna look at you. Like, okay, now why are you here? That's how they look at you. They look at you like, okay, now, why are you here? You're not in our category, so why are you here? So, now, the funny thing about rich people, they have what they want. And the people that they choose, you have to be, like I said, in their category. Because if you're not, you might as well just keep on walking. Because they're going to look at you like you ain't, who are you? We don't know you. So why you here? That's how they look at you. That's how they look at you. So if you coming out to them for trying to get money, and you trying to take money from rich people, oh Lord, you done went the wrong way, honey. Because the rich people, they can act like they broke, but they not. But they can act like they broke. Now, the only way they gonna give their money to, is they gonna give their money to people just like them. They gonna give their money to people just like them. If you ain't got it, you ain't gonna get it. Now, the only way they gonna give you what you need, if you got to be literally on your last penny. You got to be struggling, like really, really struggling and begging and crying, and they see you suffering. That's when they'll help you. But if you ain't down there, then they ain't gonna help you. They just gonna look at you like you're stuck on stupid. Like, why you here? Why are you here? That's how they look at you. Now, I'm gonna tell you about how the rich people that's already done had it, they ain't gonna let no gold diggers come in and take nothing from them. No way. You can't take nothing from a rich person. I'm telling you. If they got it and you want it, you ain't gonna get it. Not from a rich person. Rich people stay in their own class. They stay in their own class. And they know when somebody trying to scam them. That's the old school. The old school know when somebody trying to scam them. They ain't about to play games. They ain't gonna play no games with nobody. Rich people do not play games with nobody. They don't play games. Because they all about their money. They all about making their money, and they ain't got time for nobody to be trying to come up and try to take their money. So they do background checks on anybody that come their way. Rich people do background checks. They don't care who you is. They don't care who you is. They don't care who you is. If they children's come in the house with somebody and they never met that person, and they children seduce them to that person, they're gonna say, "Oh, okay, so how you put it? I'm glad to meet you. So, what your mom and daddy got? Do your mom and daddy do they got money? What kind of life they got? What do they do? Do they own their own business? Are you planning on go to college? Are you planning on making a career out yourself? See, rich people ask questions. They not just finna let you just walk on in their house and they ain't gonna ask no questions. Oh, they gonna ask questions. And after you tell them all what you say, they still gonna say, yeah, okay, and still do the background check on you. They gonna have their people to go out there and do a background check on you. They don't care what you talking about. They don't care who you is, because they look at it like this. They done been through it. They know what people is up, what they trying to do. Rich people already know what people is trying to get from them, and they ain't giving nobody nothing unless they want to give it to you. If they don't want to give it to you, you ain't gonna get it. Not from no rich person. You're not gonna get it. Because they already know what people is trying to get from them. They know it's a bunch of gold diggers out there. They know it's black widows out there. They know all of that. That's why they stay in their own class. They stay in their own class. And if anybody try to come in their class that's new, they doing a background check on you. Straight background check. They want to know where you stand. Because if you're not in the class and they don't know you, they gonna find out who you is, because you knew, and they want to do a thorough checkup on you. So when old school do that, new school don't do that. New school is desperate. They are so desperate that they don't do no background check. All they got to see is a body and looks, and then they take them home to mama and daddy and say, this is who I want to be with. And they don't even know who they got. They don't even know who they got standing in their face. They just want them because of the way they look and the way they dress and all that. And then the old school try to tell them, look, did you do a background on this person and find out who this person is? No, I just like the way they look and dress. That's what they say to their mama and daddy. And their mama and daddy say, what the heck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why do you just go out there and just pick anybody that you think that look good, got a body, and all that, and don't know jack about this person, and you want them just because they got a body? And then you end up getting a gold digger, and they just taking all your money. Then after they done drowned you, done took everything from you, then here you come to us crying and boo-hooing saying, the woman that I met or the man that I met just took all my money. And that be a learn from the new school to stop going out there just picking anybody just got a body. Just got a body. Because that's how you're supposed to do it. That's what the old school is telling them. No, you don't just go out there and just pick anybody just because they got a body. You have to check out these people, because you can get you a black widow, or you can get a gold digger, and they will take every cent you have, and you definitely ain't getting no money from me. That's what mom and daddy says. Rich school people talk like that. And you definitely ain't getting nothing from me, because once you let somebody take all your money, that's on you. I done gave you your inheritance. And whatever you do with your inheritance is your business. If you don't listen to us and we tell you how to go out here and save your money and build your money, and you don't listen and you want to go out there and just give your money to everybody, have sex with everybody, and just giving money up to everybody, and then you run into a gold digger and they take all your money, that's your problem. That's not our problem. We done raised you up. That's what they say to their kids. We done raised you up. Now it's time for you to learn how to be responsible and know how to hold your own. We're not finna keep on holding you down. We're not finna keep doing that. Now, once we give you your inheritance and you go out there and spend it all willy-nilly, that's on you. That's not on us. That's on you. So don't come back home to me crying and saying, Mom and Dad, I need some money because I done ran up to a gold digger and didn't even know how to have the sense to do a background check and check on and see what kind of person this person is. You have to go deep down into the people and find out what type of person they is. What type of person they is. You have to do a thorough checkup on people that you date. That's what they try to teach their children. But their children be so stubborn and so hard-headed, and they don't want to listen. So they just do it their way. So the rich people just let them go ahead and fall on their face. That's what they do. They let them go ahead and fall on their face because they got some children to just be hard-headed and just want to flaunt everything they got. And the rich people that's old school tell them, look, you don't go out there flaunting. Now, it's okay for you to go out there and, be happy, but don't be going out there flaunting, trying to make everybody think you got it, because you ain't got it. It's our money. It's not your money. Did you work for this money? Did you struggle like we did? Did you go all the way from all the way from the dirt and come all the way back up to get where you at? No, we did this, not you. So it's not your money. It's our money. So whatever we give you, you be grateful for it. And when we give it to you, use it the right way. Because if you don't, we're going to give you a allowance. And the children's, oh my God, they can't take that. When mom and dad say they're going to put their kids on the allowance, that drives them crazy. Because once the old school rich people put their kids on the allowance, they go crazy because they know they're not finna get that much. They know they're not. Once they put them on the allowance, they not getting that much. Because they already tell them, look, this is our money. We work for this money. You didn't work for this money. We did. You just our children's. But you didn't work for it. So don't be going out here telling people, making people think that our money is your money, because it's not. If you want your own money, get out there and work for your money like we did. That's what they tell their children's. That's what they tell them. Get out there and work for your money just like we work for ours. You do the same thing we do. We did it our way, you do it your way. Now, once you sit there and mess up your money and you want to go out there and give it to anybody all willy-nilly, go ahead. Because once you lose it all, don't come to us because you ain't getting nothing back. You better get out there and get a job and bring up your own money, because you went out here and we gave you what you needed and you blew it, and now you coming back to us, you're not getting nothing. Nothing. You go out there and work like we did and make your money. That's how rich people talk to their children. That's how they talk to them, because their children is just slow. They slow. They don't want to listen to their parents. They don't want to listen to them because they think they know more than their parents. Once they get money, they think they know everything. And they want to get out there and they want to flaunt it all. And when they flaunt it all, they get out there and they get a gold digger or they get a black widow. And then next thing you know, they either, in a situation that they can't get themselves out of because of them being hard-headed and not listening to their parents. And that's how it is with the rich kids, with rich people. That's how it is with their children. They don't listen to the old school. And old school already know because they've been through it. They've been through all of that people be trying to pull on them. That's why you have to be in the rich people category. If you're not in their category, they're not going to have nothing to do with you. They're not. They're not going to have nothing to do with you because they know that all people want is money. All they want from rich people is money. And do you know how many gold diggers that come towards these rich people? A lot of them. You ain't going to see no gold diggers coming towards no poor person. You ain't going to see no gold diggers coming towards no middle class. They coming towards the rich people because they know the rich people got it. And they know that we know we not going to get it from old school, because old school, man, they be holding on to their money tight. They know that. They know old school be holding on to their money tight. So let's go after the children because they still slow. That's what they say. That's what gold diggers end up saying. Let's go after the children because the children are slow. Now, the old school, they not slow. They already know what the game is. So we got to go after the children because they don't know. So we know we're going to get all what we can out of them. And that's why the old school try to teach their children. Stop going out here thinking that everybody that got a body that you can sleep with, that thinking that they right when you don't even know that. You don't know how these people live their lives. That's why you're supposed to do a thorough checkup on anybody that you date. You do a thorough checkup on these people before you bring them to your mom and dad. Because if you don't do a thorough checkup, your mama and daddy gonna do a thorough checkup. They gonna do one. As soon as you come walking through that door, they don't care if that person look like they got money. They don't care because people can front. Let me tell you something. Rich people, old school rich people, they already know that. They know that people can front. They try to act like they got it, but they don't got it. So what they do a thorough background check. Even if they got to do it behind their kids' back, they would do it. They would do a thorough background check on the people that they bring around, their children bring around. The old school would do a thorough background check on the people that their children bring around. They would do that. Because they know that their children ain't got the sense to do that. They know that their children don't have the sense to do that. So they do it. They do the background check. That's why they sit down and ask the people questions. Well, what's your mom and dad name? Where you live at? Such and such. Do you live in Texas? Do you live in Chicago? Do you live in Kansas City? Where you live at? What your mama do? Do she have her own business? All kind of questions. They ask all kind of questions so they can do their thorough checkup because they know that their kids ain't got the common sense to do it. So they do it. And even when they tell their kids that them people that they done brought home ain't right, their kids still don't listen. They still would date a gold digger because the person got a body. And even though their parents done did a thorough background check on their families in that person, and they tell their kids that person ain't right, their kids still be hard-headed and still want to date the person until they clean them out. And that's the way it is. So that's how rich people live their lives. They ain't gonna take no crap off nobody. Not the old school. Now the new school, they just as slow as Medusa. But the old school, they ain't gonna take it. They make sure they do their thorough background check on everybody that come towards their way. They make sure that. Believe that. They make sure. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.